Hey, it's pasthisprime here, and welcome back to Homeseek, where we're continuing our first playthrough of the game, doing it chapter by chapter. We just finished chapter 2 in part 2, and now we're up to chapter 3, part 2. Doomed. The land seems free of disease, yet the eerie machinery once used to draw oil impose upon the landscape like watchful, foreboding giants. There's smog on the horizon from what looks to be rekindled industry, but here on the fringes there is water and dry grass. After what we've been through, we can't ask for more. Alrighty, let's go. They're all starting to look exactly the same. Just a different configuration, but pretty much identical. Ruin reclamation. We weren't able to bring many supplies with us when we fled the plague of our last settlement. Fortunately, just before our travel supplies run out, we come across a new area in which to set up our camp. On the one hand, the land seems littered with somewhat ominous ruins of the old world. Tall hammer-headed metal towers stand rusting all around us. Towers the stories say once extracted black blood from the earth's deep veins, and far in the distance a great plume of black smoke covers everything from time to time in a thin layer of dirty soot. But on the other hand, there is water here for us to drink and a bit of meagre grass to feed some livestock. In our position, we can't really argue with something as rare as that. Understood. Alright, let's have a look at what we've got. First things first. Okay, so there's different images. Alright, okay, I didn't realize this. So you got a farm. That's the farm, and then that must be an animal farm. Because I didn't realize they had a different image, because I've never actually looked at them side by side before. Okay, so we've got that. We've got water, but I'm gonna guess that in a drought that's gonna disappear real quickly. I assume it's not salt water because it's representing a river of fresh water. We do also have a well. Do we only have one? Sorry, I've sort of got to try and take stock and think in my head what we're going to do. What's the best approach? We then also need to have a look at what we've got available. Is that... So we have one berry bush there. We have that scrap, that scrap. Okay. 4 piles of scrap. Not a massive amount of scrap. So one well, one normal farm, one animal farm, a berry. So clearly we want to put some sort of food thing over here because that way hopefully we can get all of it. And so what do we have available? We do have a water collector. But we could also go the well. So we could do a well. Okay, if we put either one there, got your water there, so that's going to be contaminated. That would be contaminated. We could try and clean it here somewhere. And then we just need some housing and whatever else. So if we base it on what we did last time, we got 32. That's 4 houses without the bonus research. Because I'm assuming our research is back to square one. All right, so 2.5k. So let's focus on what we're going to do. I wish there was a way to... I've said this before. I wish there was a way to blueprint. How much water is in that? Oh, you can't tell? Dang it. All right, so we put one of those down. Yeah, because if I could blueprint, then I could go, oh, well, I'm going to put one of these here or wherever. Hang on. Wait. We need to get water all the way up to the farm. Snap. So we got to get up here to get to the farm. That's 2 levels. That's very annoying. Okay, and we have no backup if there's a drought because let's say the water well's out, the river goes, all we got is walkers. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's hard to plan this stuff out. Okay, we're not going to go... Let's keep it simple. Now, if we've got to get over there... If I took that up there... Okay, yeah, there might be room. The tricky part is that you also have to fit in a water supply. We're going to hit that first. So I would say we're going to hit that scrap. We're going to hit the berries. Oh man, do we upgrade? I mean, that cleans it. You can guarantee wherever I put this is going to be wrong. And then you're going to have your distribution things, hunters' lodges, whatever else. Okay, so water storage. Does this... So the only distance for this is the pipe work. We'll start with that. That'll get us some contaminated water. That'll get us a little bit of food. If we go by past history, we need to get houses down quick, smart. I don't know where I want to build them though. Wait, is there a thing here? No. So there's no way to get water up there, so we don't need to worry about that. Well, you can build them like that. Okay, I don't know if this plan is going to work, but we're going to try. Where's another... Just trying to think what's another good spot to clear. I'm concerned the scrap's not going to be much. Okay, let's get it started. Okay, water straight away. So, do we try and clean up the water? Housing's done. We've got enough water there. We do not have enough food, that is for sure. Okay, I'm going to start with a standard farm. Okay, let's get moving. I need to basically put down both of these. And then I've got to work out what happens from there. So that can go straight to the screw. And then from there, you need to find out the game's destroyed you. It is a great relief when we realize that the terrible disease that plagued our last settlement has not followed us on our migration as we leave the past behind us. Our citizens thankfully stopped falling ill. Even still, many of us have wondered if we could have avoided the catastrophe that ruined our last encampment. Technophiles proclaim that the old world had mastered disease, and if we had only better researched their ways, we could have immunized ourselves and our animals. Naturalists are skeptical, but don't have much of a response. Some wonder if the technophiles could be right after all. Either way, another cultural shift has occurred. What was once new and controversial has grown old, while new ideas and developments promise to be just as divisive. Naturalists now accept windmills, water mills, and solar farms. Well, that's lovely. Okay, so the next step in this thing, you can't upgrade. It's only 100 scrap more, but you need power. Once you put the wetlands down, I don't think you can upgrade it, can you? You'd have to like destroy it and rebuild. Now, I'm worried about a couple of things here. One is that it's going to want a tank before we can push over there. That's what I thought. Damn, this is complicated. Okay, we haven't filled it up, but that has got us to our food. And we can always look at upgrading the pipes, etc. later. We also haven't done distribution, but we've now got water and food. Well, we don't have good water. It's funny that's food when we haven't even got the water. Oh, what now? Envoy from New Utopia. A pair of strangers arrive at our encampment. They wear oddly clean clothes and come bearing a small gift of supplies. They call themselves Utopians and tell us they hail from New Utopia, a large nearby settlement pointing to a large plume of smoke in the distance. There they say they're attempting to rebuild the splendor of the old world, recreating their ancient methods and technologies in the hopes that they might flourish as the old worlders once did. They go on to tell us that they had planned to use some of the nearby oil derricks, the towers of rusted metal that littered the area, and had come to tell us that we have nothing to fear from their presence. Oh, okay. Accept their gifts and invite them to continue their plan as long as they don't intend to harm us. Or reject their gift and tell them we would prefer if they didn't tinker with the old world ruins nearby. Oh, crap. The one that we need to make happy is already upset. Ah, God. I'd love the scrap and the food, and I don't really want a war. Oh, man, why do they do this? Because it's like, okay, on one hand, you're trying to think how you might get through this. On the other hand, there's what you might think personally that you'd choose. And then on the other one, I'm looking at the damn numbers. And they don't always match and align. So it's tricky. I mean, I would love personally to say reject them because I'd, get rid of oil. Don't use oil. That lines up with the numbers. But I don't know what that means. But then it upsets the other guys and we don't get the bonus food or the scrap. And we could end up with a fight with them. But then again, if they're trying to rebuild the old world with oil, they're dressed like Nazis, for Christ's sakes, if I'm supposed to take this picture by anything. Then I'm thinking we protest. I wish I had saved the game before I made this decision. Can I save the game before I make the decision? No, you bugger. Okay. I'm going to protest. I am going to save the game now, though. What are we in? 1-2-3. A, we'll call it. Just in case I screw things up from here, but I'm still happy with this start, I'd rather not do all this again if I can avoid it. All right. Now, we don't have any people in here. Which is the most important scrap to get rid of? Probably not that one. So let's get our 3 people in here. Now, unfortunately, that has tanked that. But we haven't got any power. Oops. That ain't gonna work, chief. I'm gonna put the power... Wait. Now, I find it funny that the dimensions don't line up. Like, you can't put 2. It's too big for 1, but... See, now that has 2 squares left, but... Let me just check. Water collector. That fits that perfectly. Because we will want a water collector. Okay, but I want to do the power first. And I want to get one with water. These are the only spots we've got, right? Yeah, okay. So the layout in this one seems to make nice sense, but there's no additionals. There's no backups. There's no, oh, I'll just put another one of these in. You really do have just what you have. Now, it's almost saying I need to have a water collector if I'm going to get this working. Actually, let's get that built first. Hang on. How much power does this even take? 4. 4? 4. Okay, so that is exactly enough. We can boost that. Hang on, so wait. Now we don't have enough? Or is that just... I don't know. All right, now the problem is I keep pushing for expedition, but the game really does make expeditions important. I'm not going to go advanced yet. I also would love research. Can we afford both? Oh, geez. No. Oh, we were so close. Because I'd love research as well. Obviously the big problem is fitting this stuff in too. Because these things are enormous. Now, the beauty of the expeditions is that they can leave at night. Which means we could start right now. Well, I could if I free somebody up. Okay, I'm gonna drop you by one. Unfortunately, you're going to take most of the scrap. Oh, I want a round number. Come on, stop it. Alrighty, what do we got? We've got something really close. Allotment or abattoir. Well, it's extremely close, so... Yeah, this is a interesting layout. Let's go there. That's going to give us some bonus to animal things, I would assume. I don't know what this one's going to give us, but... Still 6 hours. It looks a lot closer. Are you hungry? We've got food, haven't we? We also need to get a medical center going. But I really would love to get research. Hunting for solutions. Oh, you're going to make me build something I don't want right now, aren't you? In their preliminary scoutings of the area, our hunters have told us that there seem to be very few animals to hunt. Most likely the density of nearby old world ruins wards them off. Our farms too seem barely sufficient here. However, we aren't without options. Our outposts can serve as a great source of food if we find the right place to establish them. Technological developments can also help us increase food yields. Because food is so scarce, we'll probably have to use some combination of both to get by. Search for tech upgrades. Declare that we should focus on finding and researching technological upgrades to our farms. Or search for outposts. Declare that we should focus on establishing outposts at a handful of food-producing locations. I would like to do both. Okay, so we're pretty even on both fields, so really... That's funny. This one here you lose minus 19. Get plus 16. This one you get minus 16 plus 10. It's not really even, is it? We don't need the plus, but I'd rather have the less negative. I'm thinking tech anyway. I mean, we'll do outposts, but... Geez, we only just started. Calm down, guys. Oh, you want me to do the animal farms? You bloody... With food being so hard to produce in our main settlement, we've decided to prioritise maximising our farm yields with technological upgrades. We'll still probably have to establish some food producing outposts though. Research Advanced Farm, Research Advanced Animal Farm. Alright, allotment. This communal garden must have been a pleasant place back in its day, a place where neighbours could grow their own produce on a small scale. Self-sufficiency was common practice even back then, it seems. Despite the shattered glass houses, the old allotment seems surprisingly well kept, making us suspect it is still in use. We're exploring one of the plots when we hear horses approaching and several gruff voices. What should we do? Sneak back the way we came and avoid possible conflict. No progress. Hide in the ruins of an old greenhouse. We need progress. Creep into the greenhouse and lie low. Okay. Hold on. Okay, if we're going to have a chance of... God, what's happening here? What am I doing? Okay, so we do not have enough water. Okay, so we've got... Okay, so we need one... I'm trying to find the right balance of food. Oh, that is just enough. Okay, that also reduces our water need. Yeah, not great. Want the research. But I need the water. I have to do the water. Okay. Right, we need that built. Straight away. Wait, we haven't got enough power? Why is it now 6? It was 4 before. Oh, is it based on how many people you have in there? Okay. Keep learning new things. Creep into the greenhouse and lie low. Lying on the ground, we spot some tomato plants, which we strip. Suddenly, we hear the crunch of glass under someone's boot. We are surrounded. 100 food. They find tomatoes in our bags and prepare several ropes for lynching. When we plead, they say our fate is in the hands of the growers. They put 3 plant pots on the table and place a tomato under one. Oh, for God's sakes. Find the tomato. We can leave, otherwise we'll hang. The grubby man moves them around with such speed our eyes fail to keep track. What should we do? Choose the plant pot on the left. It has a light shadow inside. Choose the plant pot in the center. It's at an odd angle. Choose the plant pot on the right. It seemed to make a noise when it stopped moving. A light shadow inside. How are you seeing a shadow inside a pot plant? It's at an odd angle, but it'd have to be a huge tomato, wouldn't it? And the noise could be a tomato hitting the side of the pot. Oh, this is a disaster. All right, I'm going to go with the right. We hesitate before pointing at the right pot. Okay, hang on. It's 400 for a windmill. What's the highest elevation? Probably over here. We need 400. All right. So I was going to say, we're getting enough water now. No, that's only because this is not working. See, now we don't get enough of anything. No, I'm still waiting for that to be built. Come on, build it. Oh my god. Okay. Alright, trade offer. The Utopians send us a messenger to inquire if we'd like to make a trade offer. They're in need of just a small amount of scrap. In exchange, they're willing to offer us a significant amount of food and clean water. When we ask them why they need the scrap so badly, they tell us that they intend to use it to construct more oil derricks, much like the old ones left behind by the old world. They'll use these derricks for magnificent purposes, they say, and they'd even be willing to share some of the future profits with us if we help them now. Okay, so don't trade. We explain to the Utopians that we'd rather not trade with them. That'll balance the numbers out. We'll make the trade. We get contaminated water, lose some scrap, annoy the naturalists again. They're naturalists, right? I think. They're the techno. But improve them. So it doesn't make sense. Okay, so they're down now, but they're back up. So it's sort of like, oh, whatever. All right, how many people? Damn it. This is where the problem comes again. Where we always have a shortage of people. I can't boost that yet, so that's probably still a better balance until, I was going to say until I can get a windmill. I can get a windmill. What's the time? I really want research. Now, we could also put a waka in as well as a backup. Alright, we're going to have to deal with these numbers for a bit. Okay, we could put the research in. If I can find a place to put this ginormous thing. So we'll have to upgrade it. So we'll just start with the research. Now we can fit it here. You're not going to get anything else there, but that's fine. Oh, let's find out our outcome. Well, we got the advanced farm. We must have survived. Holy crap, we opened up everything. We hold our breath as the pot is raised, revealing the tomato. The men are not happy, but honor the wisdom of the growers and tell us to leave at once. We make it to the gate. No one is around, so we take their horses. What? You what? God, talk about rub it in their face. We ride off as fast as we can. You say horses, but you only get one. The quiet allotment turned out to be quite the ordeal. Even so, we have not come away empty-handed, and our opinion of farming on a smaller scale has changed. We can now research the farm advanced. So it uses power for a more efficient conversion of contaminated, poor or clean water for food. That'd be good. So there's an outpost. Now, the only problem with outposts are, well, two things. You have to build them. Automated dismantler? What the heck is that? So that gives us 720 scrap per day. We're going to need that at some point, but maybe we can hold off for now. We've got funfair, asylum, dump, skyscraper, cinema. I reckon we need to go to the abattoir if we want advanced animal. That is my guess. You'd think it'd make sense to do cinema, but we could just jump back on the way back. So what have we got? We've got supplies. And they're all happy so far. Won't be long. All right, we'll jump across the abattoir. Okay, so the day's not over yet. Wait, I thought we had enough. Why have we now? It might be fine. No, I think we were low. I think we had to just accept that it was low. We need to get distribution centers going as well. Because they will definitely save our resources. Alright, so we'll build that tonight. Let's just gather all this scrap first. And then let's have a look. Alright, so we've stopped work. We've got 700. One of them cleaned. See, these are all more efficient, but they can be upgraded. So that's 300, 300. That's 600. It's too expensive. $350. All right, I'm thinking we get a medical center. As soon as you can find somewhere to put one. Okay, we can tuck that in there. And what if we get a water distribution? It's a pity that food's still there. We're probably not going to have enough money to pipe it, are we? You can go copper. Upgrade it later. Don't know if I'm making the right decisions. Problem is we're not going to have enough workers. It's the common problem. See, straight away we're a worker short there. We're also a worker short there. So you would have to stop. Stop getting that. Someone in there. Oh, and then you got the medical center. Oh, for God's sakes. Oh, and I haven't got anybody in research either. Well, we've got green numbers. I like that. Oh no. Oh no. A bad memory. A large mutated beast lumbers toward our camp, and though it seems very different from the creatures we encountered in our last settlement, many of us quickly panic. It seems vicious, hungry, and poised to attack our settlement when we hear a series of loud cracks, and the beast falls over dead. A small party of utopians appears from the nearby brush, holding strange weapons they must have used to fell the beast. We thank them for their assistance, and they offer to have a small contingent of their hunters patrol the area around the settlement to safeguard against future incidents. Why are these guys so keen? They really want to get us, don't they, on board? Many of us feel that allowing the utopians to patrol the nearby area would be letting them get a little too comfortable in our territory. Many of us would feel safer if we could put the worries of the past behind us, let the utopians patrol nearby. Yeah, I don't like these guys. There's something about them. They're creeping me out. They're trying to be helped too much. I'm going to decline. Alright, here we go. Abattoir. The breeding and slaughter of animals on a mass scale is the sort of thing that makes us think our ancestors possibly got what they deserved. And even a century of absence has not been enough for the bloodstains to fade. Even before we discover the purpose of this place, something about it gives us chills. Its bleak exterior emanates an air of death that puts us on our guard. What should we do? Don't let our imaginations get the better of us. Take it as an omen and avoid this place. No, we gotta go. We brace ourselves and step inside. Alright, I need to think about what we're gonna do. What are we gonna do? Can't touch that. Can't touch that. And none of these can touch. We got 2 scrap piles going, which we could reduce. So let's say we'll just put 1 in there for now, just to keep the lights on. Could do the same here. All right. The first thing I want to do is improve our research. Okay, we brace ourselves and step inside. The building is cool, decorated with white tiles and stainless steel. It feels as clinical as it does ominous. We peel back plastic curtains stained with old blood. On rows of hooks we see perhaps 20 carcasses hanging, gutted and bled dry. Our shock deepens when we realise they are human bodies. Oh crap. We hear a gunshot cock and turn to see two old bearded men staring down their barrels at us. What should we do? Oh god. Offer a trade for some of the meat? They're people. Flee using the carcasses as human shields. Rush them. Not all of us will survive, but we'll take them down. No, what a decision. I mean, is the trade just as a bit of a trick? I'm going to see it as a trick. We don't really want the meat, but we're just trying to distract them. I see that fleeing as not going down well. And rushing them, obviously it's already indicated somebody's going to die. I'm going to try the trade. We quickly negotiate a deal, water for food. Wait for the death. The men whisper something and at last tell us to take one of the bodies. God. We set down the agreed amount of water. Some of us are angry we have traded for human meat, but those back at camp don't need to know what animal is in their stew. Oh, you didn't have to actually eat it, guys. Leaving the macabre building, we pass stalls where the animals were prepared. We hurry along, the reek of death in our nostrils. Well, at least we didn't die. Oh man, okay, and on that note, that lovely uplifting note, we are going to call the end of the video because we've run out of time. So, leave a comment below, let me know what you think of the game, how we're playing. Let me know what your decision would have been. And did you actually make that decision in the game and how did it come out for you? Let me know your thoughts, opinions. Am I on the right path this time or am I heading down a disaster again? Or do you think I've actually done this one better than I have some of the other ones, planning-wise, etc.? I still feel the game trains you, and we've talked about this in the comments, the game trains you to do certain things which are not necessarily correct in each chapter. So, unfortunately, it seems you've just got to learn what the chapter wants to adapt. Now, what happens in the rest of the game after that, we'll find out when we get there, but that's my feeling right now. Hopefully I'm going down the right path of this chapter as much as I can. I mean, the game still wants to trick you with all of these things, expeditions and utopians and all of that sort of stuff. I mean, that's just inevitable. And that is part of the game, but hopefully I'm going all right. Let me know your thoughts. I read all the comments, answer every comment as soon as I possibly can. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.